today's show. A lot of you sent me messages about this, and I'm doing a video on it for obvious reasons, because if you've seen it, see it, what black garbage they're trying to push. But you also see a hidden message for what appears to be Donald Trump and Christians who are supporting Donald Trump, which gives more credence to the belief of the manipulation that's going on right now, where they're trying to manipulate Christians into thinking that Donald Trump stands for God and Donald Trump is a real, true Christian and he's going to save the day. This war that they have started is going to continue to go on. We know we're in spiritual warfare, but things are about to take a turn for the worse. There's no doubt about it. So while people are rejoicing what we've seen in the elections, they shouldn't be, because this is part of their plan. So Marilyn Manson released a teaser for his next music video, SAY10. If you're wondering, wow, Marilyn Manson, is he 60 years old? I'm not sure what he is, because he's too busy being a complete scumbag who wears lipstick and makeup. And I guess as Christians, we're supposed to be afraid of people like this because they wear black clothing and they wear eyeliner and lipstick, as if I'm afraid. We're apparently all supposed to bow down and be afraid of these people. Do we pray for these people? Of course we do. But remember this. People like this are manipulating young kids. They're manipulating teens. So while you sit there and you say we should just pray for them and do nothing else, it's a joke. We should pray for these people who are lost. But keep in mind, they want us to sit back, to sit on our hands, to do nothing, to not speak up against it, to not make fun of them or bully back, while Marilyn Manson, who's probably pretty close to going into a geriatric ward at this point, is doing a teaser here where he's ripping pages out of the Holy Bible. Now, last time this topic came up, we were talking about a woman from the Huffington Post who was ripping her Bible and promoting it. And people said I was a little harsh on her for ripping her Bible, which just shows you the commonplace of Christians these days, where that's too harsh to be angry and upset that somebody would write an article telling kids, telling teens to rip up their Bibles, to throw their Bibles out, that the Bible's bad, and for me being upset about it. Oh my goodness. Can't be upset, can't raise your voice, can't change your tone. It's too scary for people out there. Well, guess what? That's not what this channel is about, because that's not what I'm about at all. And this is my channel. I'm not trying to manipulate anybody into feeling the same way that I am. I'm giving my opinion on it. And as Christians, we should all be fired up when we see stuff like this, because it's complete crap and it's complete garbage. And this full music video hasn't been released yet. It's actually a music video teaser, as if Marilyn Manson's still relevant this day and age. But I suppose he probably made the proper sacrifices to become relevant again. And of course, we have this spiritual warfare that's going on. So why not roll out this devil-worshipping wannabe loser? So he, in his trailer video, can rip pages out of the Bible, hold up a knife. Looks like he has blood on his hands, probably from a bloodletting ritual. Looks like he has dirt in his hands. That's probably not deliberately put there. It's probably just because this guy's grimy and probably just hangs out in dirt holes, is what he looks like, as a dirt bag. He's ripping pages out of the Bible. People are, the thumbs up ratio to thumbs down is at least, right now, it's, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 to 1. I'm talking 3,500 to 500 thumbs down. People loving this stuff. Oh, he's even eating pages out of the Bible. He's eating them, chewing on them, and swallowing them. And then, of course, towards the end of this teaser, we see a man down with his head cut off. And if you look closely, it's pretty obvious that this man is supposed to be portraying Donald Trump. So what a coincidence this comes out on Election Day. I'm sure he didn't know what the results were beforehand, right? Because if Trump won, why would this even really matter? But it's a decapitated body with a red tie in a bluish color suit. The suit that we always see Trump wears, the outfit Trump always wears, the red tie, the power tie, and the suit with no head on the body. And you know what? How this video ends? If that doesn't fire you up enough, not that I'm saying, oh, this is about pro-Trump and anti-Hillary, because they're both a part of this system, okay? They both are, clearly. They're both playing in this game. This is a divide and conquer tactic, is clearly what's going on. And the celebrities are at the forefront. Like I've talked about so many times on this channel, they are using these celebrities at the forefront to manipulate all of us Okay, into going one way or the other, thinking now we're fighting against Hollywood and the mainstream because Alex Jones and InfoWars tells us that Donald Trump is the real deal and a real Christian when he knows nothing about the Bible. I've done videos talking about him not even having a clue about Jesus or the Bible, which isn't a surprise, but Christians have put all their faith in this man and not in Jesus Christ, which is absolutely pathetic. But this isn't about Trump or Hillary. This is about this joke of a teaser from Marilyn Manson. And of course, the lyrics to the song are, "You say God and I say Satan." And they play it over and over as he's praying to Satan after he rips up his Bible, as he's holding a bloody knife in his hand, which apparently he's saying that he cut Donald Trump's head off, or whoever it's supposed to be, as if we're so stupid we can't figure it out. Obviously, it's pretty clear what the message they're trying to push, which is divide and conquer. You can see the rings on his hand. He has the regular star in his hand, which I always talk about. People still think a regular star without the lines through it is an actual star to represent stars in the sky. It's a pentagram without the lines through it. It's a 5-pointed star. And then you can see in his other hand, you can see the actual pentagram on it. This man who is, 50 years old, walking around wearing lipstick and eyeliner. And what's he doing? He's manipulating kids. So people go, man, sometimes you just get too fired up. You get too angry at this stuff, man. You gotta let it go. Oh, do I? Does it matter to you, the soul out there? Because you know how many 10-year-olds and 12-year-olds are hearing this and going, that's cool. Because they've been force-fed religion the wrong way, in a sense, or they've heard through the mainstream media about religion and Christianity, and they've seen bigotry on TV, and they've been told, oh, Christians hate everybody. Christians hate gays, they're judgmental, they're boring, you're not allowed to do anything, it's not a good time, why would you want to be Christian? They're all getting brainwashed. Then they pump out scum like Marilyn Manson, who at this point is probably crapping in a bedpan because he's so old. And now we have him manipulating teens of this generation, as well as millennials, the ones that he originally targeted with his propaganda crap. And of course he says, you say God, I say Satan. Well, you know what? I say Jesus Christ, and I say you're a scumbag. A straight-up scumbag. Now, this is the low-life kind of stuff we're going to see come out and continue to come out. And what people go, well, why do you get so fired up? Well, I don't know. Why don't you think about the people who are pushed in Christianity, these false teachers, the ones that people really should be exposing, instead of going after people like me who are passionate about Jesus Christ? How about these people like Joel Osteen, or these people we see on television, who make Christianity look like a joke, who don't defend Jesus Christ, who have no passion in their voice, who stand there and go, oh, heaven is this. I mean, people ask me about Hillsong, or whatever they're called, right, that church, and oh my goodness, have you seen what they've said? And they're even out there, they're gearing towards young kids and trying to manipulate young kids by saying, come to this church, we believe in Jesus Christ. Then they're saying Jesus Christ isn't the only way to heaven, when he is the only way to heaven. So the people in the mainstream who push Christianity are all soft. They're all weak. And by soft and weak, I mean they stand there and they deliberately water down the scriptures. And they make it seem as if you have passion in your voice, that you aren't pro-God, that you are, oh, you're bad, you're angry, you're violent. That's the crap I get all the time. I'm angry and I'm violent. Yeah, sorry I'm a little upset that most Christians out there are sitting back going, I don't care about the kids out there and about their souls. They only care about their own souls. So the fact that I'm raising my voice and I'm upset about it is because young kids out there are the ones they're targeting and manipulating. Their souls are going to be damned. You know why? Because they put their faith in these scumbags. And you know why? People go, well, they should know better. They don't know better because they're raised by the school system. They're raised in households without God in the household because the parents are at work 24/7 and they're not giving attention to God and giving lectures to their children about Jesus Christ and what he did for our salvation. So I said, this is what we see through the mainstream. And this video isn't even out yet. But this old fart has decided to come out of the, wherever they dug him up from. Who knows where they dug this guy up from? Guy looks like a walking corpse, but apparently he's cool and he's hip to kids. Why? I guess because he wears lipstick and makeup, and that makes him bad. Don't you see what I'm saying? They made Jesus Christ in society look so weak and so, he was singing Kumbaya, and everything was great and hunky-dory, and he wasn't, he didn't stand up for anything. And it's a total lie. That's the deception that they want you to believe. That Jesus didn't raise his voice, he didn't go after the Pharisees, because he did go after them. That's what we see through the mainstream, this watering down, not just of Christianity, but of Jesus Christ and his message, and of John the Baptist and his message, and all of these disciples who weren't walking around 100% going, everything's great, let's high five, like we see Christians do now. And the image in current society is that Christianity's weak, that it's, we're bigots, we're hateful, and all this stuff, and they can say whatever they want. But I'm not going to allow scum like Marilyn Manson and these other false idol singers and musicians to target these kids. This is disgusting. It's disgraceful. Look at this guy. He's got holes in the side of his cheek. Maybe someone should send him Proactive. And who knows where they pulled this corpse out of? Because let's be realistic. When's the last time we heard this guy's name? And he's popping up now. You think it's a coincidence with what's going on and what they have planned? And the youth now of America and what they're about to see with these riots, these protests, this division in America and what they're about to see. They roll this corpse's bride out of whatever coffin they found him in. Looks like they dusted him off from the sewer that he's been living in for the last decade. But now he's back, folks, to manipulate your kids and our kids and 10-year-olds and 5-year-olds. Oh, it's so cool to rip the Bible. Why don't you come find any Christian that's got a backbone and let's see you rip a page out of the Bible. We'll see how tough you are and cool you are in your black clothes. Oh, we're so intimidated because you're wearing gothic clothes and lipstick. Ooh, I couldn't be more scared. You weigh 100 pounds soaking wet, pal. I don't think anybody's scared or anyone's intimidated who believes in Jesus Christ, because we know in the end you're going to get it. But in the meantime, when you try to manipulate young souls and young kids with this crap that you're spewing, and then, of course, repetitively saying, you say God and I say Satan. And people go, oh, okay. You don't understand how mind control works. Don't you know when you wake up some days and a song is stuck in your head that you might not have heard in a few years, right? Maybe a song you heard 3 years ago, some awful song, you know, that you heard on the radio played over and over and over, like In Sync or something like that. And you go, why is that in my head? I didn't hear it on the radio. I don't know. It's in my head. This is how mind control works. They plant seeds with this music and this repetitiveness. They plant it into the alpha state of your brain. So while he's screaming this stuff, it's planting seeds in people's heads. You say God and I say Satan. And they say it over and over and over and over. It's crap and it's garbage. And like I said, this is just a teaser for his video, but I wanted to talk about it because it fired me up seeing it. It fired me up seeing this creep bag returning from the grave to talk about and rip up the Bible, to decapitate what is supposed to be Donald Trump, which is more divide and conquer tactics, is exactly what it is. It's subliminal. And now you'll see people who are quote-unquote liberals, even though everybody's one and the same, but they talk about division in our country, but then they go, oh, I'm a Republican, you're a Democrat, that's normal. Where do you think the division starts? It starts with Republican and Democrat. It starts with crap like that. They've been dividing us since day one. Give me a break. So now after seeing these satanic rituals last week and all this stuff coming to the forefront, now we see this old turd who they're trying to once again make look cool. And you know how they're going to try to make him look cool? By ripping the Bible, by throwing it, by eating the pages of it. And this is okay in the mainstream. This is. You can't call a homosexual a name. Can't say the word gay anymore. You can't do something like in the old days and just say, oh, that's gay. Well, what do you mean? Well, I mean, it's lame. It's gay, you know? Can't say that. That's offensive. Can't say stuff like that. But they can rip the Bible, and then they go, well, Christians control the country. Christians are the dominant. This is part of what they're doing. This is why Trump's in. Christians are falling for this stuff. And this is what they're doing and getting away with it. Nobody's getting fired up because they go, oh, it's just a video. It's just a song. Who really cares? That's God's word that they're ripping up and eating. That this self-proclaimed demon worshiper, this millionaire who's been rewarded millions of dollars for his deeds and brainwashing so many kids into worshiping Satan decades ago, is returning to go after kids now. And people go, oh, it's just art. Don't worry about it. Art? It's like a foot fungus. That's what it is. Or jock itch, whatever you want to call it, because it just won't go away. That's what this guy is. So now we see the trailer for SAY10, Marilyn Manson, coming back into the forefront. And people just roll their eyes and say it doesn't matter because they don't believe in mind control. They don't believe how they get all these kids to follow what they want by using these musicians, and that's what they're doing here. As he says over and over, you say God and I say Satan. You could say Satan all you want. You might be saying, oh, I say Satan now. But on Judgment Day, you're going to be on your knees, hopefully in a diaper for your sake, because you're not going to realize the crap that you've done, the souls that you've lost for God, our Father, because you've been manipulating people day in and day out. So get your diaper ready. I'm sure you already have one. You're in your 80s now? Who knows how old this guy is? They just rolled him out, probably in a wheelchair, to get involved in this song so they can brainwash more kids. So they can make him look cool, make Christians look bad. But he's probably already in a diaper, so he probably won't need one on Judgment Day. But he might want to double bag it, okay? Because he's going to be pretty scared when he's saying Satan and Jesus Christ shows up and is ready to rock and roll. Because that's what's going to happen. Because that's the real rock and roll. Is when Christ returns and the trumpet sound. So again, people, this is what's going on in our world. More right in our face, ripping up the Bible in the mainstream. No big deal. Christians don't care. You don't hear other people talk. No big deal, right? It's a big deal. Because this is how brainwashing works, and it makes me sick. I thank you for listening to today's show. I apologize for getting so upset over stuff like this, because I know, in the end, the damage that this does to children, and the brainwashing and the mind control, and I can't help it, okay? I cannot help it. This is not an act. This isn't me just going, let me yell and rant about this, okay? You can hear the difference with me between certain videos when there's things like talking about the election, and I can remain calm even though it's completely rigged and it bothers me that people buy it. And there's a difference between watching some guy rip the Bible, get pushed in the mainstream, get told that it's cool, and then people go, who cares? Kids can make their own. Oh, kids aren't going to be influenced by it. Yeah, they are. They're going to be influenced by this turd. And that's what's sad about the world we live in. And thank you for listening to today's show again. God bless all of you.